Today's words come from Shared Silence by Gunilla Norris. Within each of us, there is a silence as vast as the universe. When we experience that silence, we remember who we are, creatures of the stars, created from time and space, created from silence. Silence is our deepest nature, our home, our common ground, our peace. Silence is where God dwells. We yearn to be there. The experience of silence is now so rare that we must guard it and treasure it. This is especially true of shared silence.
Please join in our responsive reading, which we will find on an insert in your order of service. And we'll begin with the right side. All embracing love, residing in and among and beyond us all, soften round of our being. Open a space in us where your presence can abide. Untie that bind us to worry, regret, and self-doubt. Bring peace to our conflicts with others and ourselves, and shine through our fears of failure, rejection, and death. Great love beyond all understanding. We pray for patience and kindness in our hearts, for perseverance in the face of all odds, and for directions. May we be open to the many ways you speak to us and guide us on our journey toward healing and wholeness. Deep breath. Now is the time in our service.
Today's reading is called Winter by James Simpson. In the stillness of early morning, still dark, every molecule of breath suspended, tiny ornaments, filaments of a river of stars, the people sleep. The planet sleeps. Flora and fauna, far and wide, cocoon, burrow, hibernate, hide. Still, life is and will be again. Silent morning, silent night. Silence not golden, but white, frosted. The world is our jewel box. We shall not want, for is not the snow-swept field a field of dreams, of diamonds? If you do not believe or do not remember, leave off shoveling, wrap yourself once more in swaddling clothes, and go out. When the snow and the moon are new, the cold, vast glitter can take your breath away. The muted music of ice drops, soft castanet click on the nimble fingers of the trees. Listen to the whisper of booted feet, leaving trails for others to follow in their footsteps. Even in this still, frozen time, everything old is new again. Therefore, let not coldness of limbs chill your heart. Rather, quicken your pulse and your imagination. Share the warmth of this winter dressing. Even in this still tableau, this early night, this longing, lingering dark, the promise of life eternal. Please rise as you are able, And we will sing hymn number 55, The Dark of Winter.
This morning we have a reading by David White, The Winter of Listening. No one but me by the fire, my hands burning, red in the palms while the night wind carries everything away outside. All this petty worry while the great cloak of the sky grows dark and intense round every living thing. What is precious inside us does not care to be known by the mind in ways that diminish its presence. What we strive for in perfection is not what turns us into the light angels we desire. What disturbs and then nourishes has everything we need. What we hate in ourselves is what we cannot in ourselves, but what is true to the pattern does not need to be explained. Inside everyone is a great shout of joy waiting to be born. Even when the summer so far off, I feel it is grown in me now and ready to arrive in the world. All those years listening to those who had nothing to say, all those years forgetting how everything has its own voice to make itself heard. All those years forgetting how easily you can belong to everything simply by listening. And that slow difficulty of remembering how everything is born from an opposite and miraculous otherness. Silence and winter has led me to that otherness. So let this winter of listening be enough for the new life I must call my own. So now please join me in singing hymn 1059 in the singing in the journal hymnal. That's the teal one. May your life be as a song. We won't be able to do it as a round, but all together several times through. Please rise if you are able.
Keeping Quiet by Pablo Neruda. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. It would be an exotic moment without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. Those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, victories with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their siblings in the shade, doing nothing. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what is about. I want no truck with death. If we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. Perhaps the earth can teach us, as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Now I'll count up to 12, and you keep quiet, and I will go.